So today we're going to be talking about my Pretty Little Liars opinions. Now I know that some of you guys are going to agree and disagree. Remember, it's my personal opinion, and I decided to do my opinions based off of seasons 1, 2, and 3 because, yeah, those are my favorite seasons, not gonna lie. And season 4 are my favorite seasons too, but I'm just gonna go review 1, 2, and 3. So first topic is going to be best friendship. I have said this so many times before while reviewing the PLL characters, but I love the dynamic between Arya and Hannah. Because let's talk about this. Arya and Hannah, especially in the earlier seasons, were each other's go-to. Like, you would always see them together. They would always be scoping out situations together, looking for hints and clues about A together. And they always had each other's back, and they were always there for each other's ups and downs. So even whenever Hannah found out about Arya being with Ezra, she didn't say anything until she actually didn't say anything. She let Arya be the one. Like, so she was so supportive, even though it was a bad relationship. She still didn't out Arya and Ezra's relationship. And whenever A was bullying Hannah, telling her to eat, knowing she had a history of bulimia and everything, Arya was there to make sure that she was okay. So I really hate how the writers really destroyed their relationship in the later seasons because their relationship was gold. Even in the flashback scenes, it was always Arya who was standing up for Hannah when Allison would say something or make a mean comment about her weight. Arya was the one that didn't like it and stood up to Allison and told her to stop. The next topic is who I think doesn't deserve forgiveness. It's going to be CC Drake, so spoiler alert for anybody who hasn't watched Pretty Little Liars. She really was terrible to them, and without reason, without any good, plausible reason, she was terrible. So the fact that now, again, in the later seasons, so this is not season 3, but she was introduced in season 3, but she was just so manipulative, and she was just like Allison, but worse. Like, she did the utmost for no reason, and she harmed the girls and put the girls in harm's way so many times. She did not deserve to be forgiven in the later seasons, and I will never forgive Allison for pushing the girls to forgive her. No. Sorry guys, I'm filming on a different day because my phone decided to act up. But next topic, worst character. You already know. So not only did Paige try to drown Emily and harm Emily and got mad at Emily, like, she just was terrible. Like, she really bullied Emily, and then the writers had them dating. Like, what? And the fact that she thought that she could be big and bad enough to be like, don't touch Emily and stuff because I'll come after you and stuff. To her friend, to Emily's friends, girl, I was like, sit down somewhere. Y'all just got together. Like, you don't own Emily, and nor can you protect Emily. And we figured that out when, I don't know if this is going to be a spoiler, but basically she kind of got humbled. Like, yeah, you can't protect Emily after all, can you? Next is Meredith. She was all sorts of bat crazy, you know? So not only was she with a married man, knowing that he was married, having a relationship with him, and basically she came after her daughter too. And then in the later seasons, I'm gonna spoiler alert, because in the later seasons, not only did she basically drug Arya, she locked her in her room. Then when Arya found her way out of her room, she locked her in the basement. She was actually crazy. Like, I did not like her from the beginning because she always seemed like she was she was flirting with Byron even after Byron called it off because he had a wife and kids. She didn't care. Not only that, but she showed up to Arya's mom, Ella's, gallery opening and stuff like that, knowing that that's Byron's wife. Like, she made me mad. Next on this list is Jackie. So honestly, I think Jackie could have been a really good character because she was Ezra's ex-fiance. So mind you, she's the one that called off the engagement. So Ezra's free because of her. Now, she finds Ezra and Arya kissing on the community college campus grounds. I forgot what it was called. And she got jealous. So she wanted Ezra back. At first, I thought the writers were going to play it like this. I thought the writers were going to be like, oh, have her come back in Ezra's life to try to help Arya and be like, hey, this is a terrible relationship. You were her teacher. You're way too old for her. You're over here having a relationship with her, and she's a kid. But no, that's not what she did. What she did was basically try to take Ezra away from Arya, trying to be like, he should be mine. And I will use the fact that he's dating you, an underage teenager, so that I could get him. And basically, if he goes down for it, it's basically either I can have him or none of us can have him. What? Like, she could have really helped Arya, and she didn't. Like, she was just annoying and not needed. Now on to the worst parents. When I tell you every parent in this show basically fought for this spot on my list because there were rarely any good parents. Tom Marin is a prime example. He didn't care about Hannah. He cared about Kate and his new wife Isabel. And he cheated on Ashley, Hannah's mom, with Isabel and a few other women. Cheated on Isabel with Ashley and then didn't give a crap about his daughter. Like, the only times he ever came back into Hannah's life was when Hannah did something either really bad that could ruin his name or reputation, his good name, but also only when his home life was crap. So he was like, I guess I'll go back to my other home life that I left. He caused so many problems for Ashley and Hannah and didn't even care that their house was about to be taken away from them, that they had no money at one point, that Hannah was in the hospital. He didn't come and visit or anything. Like, after she got hit by that car, he was a terrible parent. And I'm not even going to get into the college situation because that's a whole different season. But, like, he always put Kate and Isabel above his own daughter and ex-wife who loved him for him. And then this dude, Peter Hastings, who fathered like half of Rosewood, slept with like all the women in Rosewood. So he cheated on his own wife. He kept secrets from the family. He paid people off. He basically only cared for Melissa. But he wasn't even a father to Jason. Like, it was just so much crap that he did. Not to mention, I can't even get into that because that's a whole different season. Just know he's a terrible person. Now, this next topic takes the stress away because we're going to be talking about the best parents. So, Ashley Marin, of course, she was there for Hannah 100% of the time. She wanted to get down to the nitty-gritty on why Hannah was doing what she was doing, from stealing to bulimia to the whole A thing. She really was there, and she did anything and everything. Now, was she perfect? No. But she did anything and everything to make sure that Hannah was protected, and she would do it all again in a heartbeat. Like, she would go to jail for Hannah. Like, she didn't care. And not only that, she kind of also was somewhat of a mother to the other girls in a way, and she really cared about those girls, especially Hannah. And Wayne Fields, the only good man in this show, the only one I would trust with my life. I'm not even exaggerating. He was the best man in the show. Not only was he a great father to Emily and a great wife, but he actually had this calmness about, like, when he was overseas fighting in the war, or overseas fighting and stuff, he would come home to spend time with Emily and his wife and do whatever. Like, they looked for Maya on his one day home, like, because that's what was important to Emily. Like, he really cared about his family, and he would do 100% for them. And anytime he was on screen, anytime he graced us with his presence, it was like a calming effect in this whole just miserable, screwed up world of Pretty Little Liars. And I can't even say that because that's a different season. But he was the best parent, and the fact that they didn't really have him on here a lot was terrible. So, and then my favorite liar, Hannah. Honestly, I chose Hannah because I feel like she would genuinely react how a lot of 14, 15, 16-year-olds would actually react in this situation with your mom and dad getting a divorce, your dad leaving you for a different woman and a different daughter. The stress and pressures of society and having a bad friend and being surrounded by bad people and not getting enough support and stuff. I honestly feel like she was genuinely how a lot of people would actually react. Because mind you, they're supposed to be young girls. They're not supposed to be 20-something-year-olds. So this whole maturity level that Hannah has, I feel like really dictates how young girls would actually do this.